Bantu Boyz.
Bantu Boyz. Welcome to another episode of the Bantu Boyz Podcast. I'm your host, Malaika Foundation, here with
Julian Chikuna.
Yes, and our third member, Patrick, our manager. He's on the way. I think he's probably like cashing our checks or whatever.
The money.
Yeah. He steals all the money from us too, by the way. But today we have a really special. You know, all of our guests are really great. We're so like we're very grateful that we've had so many great people come interview on our podcast and give us like so much great information, Congolese people. But today we got like one of the stars of the stars. All right, right. And I have to, Miss Noella, and I'm going to read off a little bit of your bio. Miss Noella Coursaris Musunka, a Congolese Cyprus philanthropist and international model, is the founder and CEO of Malaika, a grassroots nonprofit that educates and empowers girls and communities in her home country of the Democratic Republic of Congo. A unique, fearless, and elegant spokesperson, and the face of leading beauty and fashion campaigns across the globe. Noella is the voice for the power of girls' education worldwide. Founded in 2007, Malaika's education and health programs are today impacting thousands of lives and are all offered free of charge. Noella has shared her insight at the number of world-class forums spanning the Concordia Summit and the World Economic Forum in Davos to the university halls of Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, and MIT. In 2017, Noella was named one of the BBC's 100 most influential and inspirational women of the year. And in 2018, she received an award at the 100 Years of Mandela celebration. We present to you Miss Noella Musunka.
What an introduction. So much.
Yeah. Hey, we can end the podcast now.
You have the jingle right now again.
No, we're going to do it again. No. So how are you doing, Miss Noella? How are you doing? First of all, thanks for being here. But how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm based in England, actually. So we're still in lockdown. We've been nearly 2 months. So I think this week they're going to release bit by bit. Mm-hmm. But for you in LA, I think you're going to be 3 months. I cannot even imagine what is 3 months.
Because we're crazy here in LA. We don't listen to any rules. People still go to the beach. They're still like eating food. They're still having parties. We don't listen out here. Yeah. So, you know, when it starts, so you have this nonprofit.
I like your flag by the back.
Oh yeah. I do. I always yeah. Oh, every podcast, I always make sure I got this flag so people know I'm representing. No. So, Miss Noella, you have this great nonprofit called the George Malaika Foundation. I know I've seen a lot of your interviews, and you know, just so people that are watching this interview that are not familiar with it, they should be familiar with it. Can you just explain what are the origins of the Malaika Foundation?
So first of all, at the beginning, I call it George Malaika Foundation. Yes. But after a few years, we changed it, and it's been called Malaika. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted everybody that volunteer or donors or supporters that they feel related to Malaika like it's their own baby and not related because it was my personal story. Of course, it will be always my personal story, but I wanted they feel related that if you ask them why you involved in Malaika or why you donating to Malaika, they can tell you it's because it's in Africa, because it's in Congo, because it's girls' education, because it's in rural villages, because it's an ecosystem model. So everybody can feel related and it make it bigger, because I saw one of your questions you were asking me, why you didn't call it Noella for Noella Coursaris Foundation, and it's no way I will call that. I want the legacy to keep going for many years, and with me or without me, it's something that we created, and I created personally as a giving back, as a legacy, and it has to last and really enhance education for girls and communities.
It's funny, that's very selfless of yourself to not have your name. You know, a lot of people want like the attention, and they want to be in the face of it, like in front. And be like, hey, I created this for forever. So it's very selfless. Why do you have it in a rural location in Kaluba? You don't have an American accent.
You're really Congolese with an American accent.
Oh, yeah,
So it's called Kalibuka. So it's in the southern east of the Congo. It's a rural village. Actually, over the 13 years, the village has been quite developed because To tell you a little bit about me, I was born in the Congo. I was the only child. My dad died when I was 5 years old. My mother didn't have any resources to keep me, so she sent me abroad. And I was, like I told you, I was the only child, and I was very hungry to her because I didn't understand why she gave me away. I arrived in Belgium in the cold, no mom, no dad, and it's like it was a big contrast. And at this time it was no Skype, WhatsApp, and all of that. So I received a few letters of her, and I went to see her back after 13 years. And my dream was always to see her, but my dream was always to have women being independent and to have being on their own feet. The older generation was depending a lot on men and husband, and the mother was staying home, and it's changing bit by bit. And for me, it was to give back, but really invest in education, really invest in empowering women, empowering girls, empowering communities. And when I went back to Congo and see her living in such poverty and seeing so many kids out of school, so many handicaps, so many problems, I always promised myself I will give back, and I will do something back for my country and for my Congo, because it's my roots, is where I was born. I never wanted to do something in town. I wanted to do something where there was no attention, where it was a real need, and where we need to invest in rural villages. And Kalibuka was such a forgotten village, no water, no electricity, mortality rate of 36 years old maybe in this village. And I was shocked. And I've saw a lot of villages, but this village, I don't know, grabbed my heart, and they really wanted, and they came to talk to me so many times. They find me where I was, where my mom was, and they say, we are a really forgotten village and we really need you. And I say, I will try to do what I can. And we decided the first program actually of Malaika was to sponsor girls being abandoned or being abused sexually.
Yeah.
And it was a group of girls in an orphanage in Lubumbashi and outside Lubumbashi, 2 orphanages. And we paid the school, the uniform, the orphanage. But every time we wanted to help more, it was so many people between, and we didn't have really control of what we were helping them.
Right.
So we decided really to build a school in Kalibuka. So Malaika is 13 years now.
Right.
So in the village where we start to have, first of all, you need to have the land. You need to talk with the chief of the village, with the community, if they're okay with the girls' school, because it was quite new.
Right.
And when we make the plan, we find the land. We really even know it was impossible to build a school without water. So we built a well, and we had hundreds of people every day coming to fetch water from a well. And I was like, it's impossible. We won't be able just to build a school. We have to build wells for the village. And it's the reason about the 13 years, we built 20 wells that impact more than 30,000 people a year. We started only with a free classroom, an office, bath and toilets. It was only 104 girls. Now we have nearly 12 classrooms. We have 346 students. The girls start at 5 years old until 18 years old. They have breakfast, they have lunch, they have sport activities, they have art, they have music, they have STEM, they have coding. It's a really leadership school, and we really try to stimulate them and to resolve problems and really become critical thinker. I wanted to build a school as beautiful as the own school where my kids go. I didn't want the prototype of it's Africa, we're going to put 50, 60 kids in one classroom, white wall. No, our school is really nurturing them and make them think, and looking forward to do sport, looking forward to have innovative ways of learning. And we emphasize a lot on the teachers training, on the management, on the updating constantly our curriculum. And that's what is really amazing. And the team on the ground is really the new generation. They are the shakers. They are eager to learn. They give all their passion to the systems. But beyond hi Luisa, beyond Malaika, actually over the 12 years, it become not only a school, it become a model. It become an ecosystem where we have the school, where we have 20 wells around the villages, where we build with the FIFA a community center, where we're impacting more than 5,000 people a year, where boys, mothers, fathers come to learn to read, to write, to use a computer, where we teach the mothers to do sewing classes, entrepreneurship, where we launch our own brand called Mamaya Mapendo, Mothers with Love, where we do accessories for iPad, where we're doing with this crisis we have now, we're making more than 500 masks to give to the community. And actually at the school, we have a 3D printer, and we've been doing shield masks, where we're gonna donate more than 500 masks to hospitals and doctors and nurses, and we grow our own food. So you have the ecosystem, you have the school, you have the community center, you have the farm, the little farm where we're growing our own food, where we're teaching biofarming, and the food go to contribute to the nutrition of the student and the staff. Right. And this model, it's called Malaika model. We created a toolkit where people can duplicate the model in whichever villages or communities or anywhere in the world. But the success of Malaika, why we grow gradually of Malaika. We started only with 3 classrooms, we only 1 program, and then we grow because it's very important end of the year always to do a bilan, to do what went wrong, what went well, what can we improve, and working like a team and really strengthening what we have. And I never thought that we'd become this model, and it's amazing because we asked the government to build the road, and they over 10 years they built bit by bit the road, so it brings a massive development to the village.
It's excellent. Let me go ahead, yeah, Julien, go ahead.
This is first of all, premièrement, moi je vais rester en français de manière à inviter ceux qui nous suivent, ceux qui sont francophones. Comme ça, ils prennent les informations nécessaires et ils suivent, ils savent de quoi on parle. Mais en tout cas, c'est assez impressionnant. You guys, I'm saying that I hear everything that you just list is just so impressive,
right?
And beautiful. You know, we need this. It's just like so powerful too. C'est vraiment surprenant et impressionnant que voilà, ça fait quoi? Ça fait 10 ans, c'est ça? Hein?
Non, bientôt 13 ans.
Bientôt 13 ans, pardon.
Oui.
Wow. Moi, j'ai quelques questions ici. Je vais les faire en français si ça te va. Sinon, on continue en anglais. C'est comme tu le sens aussi.
Oui, il n'y a pas de problème. En anglais, français.
Ok, vas-y, on va faire en français. Comme ça fait tout le monde peut nous suivre. Alors,
Julie, can I say one thing before you get to the next question? First, Miss Noella, this is Patrick. He's the one that's been emailing you or whatnot. So Patrick, Patrick.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You? Glad to have you on.
Thank you.
So Miss Noella, like you said, I agree with everything Julian said. One thing I'm very impressed with, I'm going to kind of go off script, talking about Malaika. You said the fact that you have a STEM program and that you're teaching girls coding, is that true?
Yes. We're working with actually, what is really amazing, we're working actually with some amazing teachers all over the world, and we're working with some diaspora Congolese. A professor from Harvard and Northeastern University is strengthening all the math program of the schools. We have a software engineer that works for a big company in America. Actually, he's from Goma, and he worked in Seattle, and he went to the school. He's donated his skills, and he really trained the program. He created the program of the school for the coding. Josuel, his name, and it's really good because the girls, they're learning to code. Some of the girls can do some pages of website, and it's really amazing to see them growing. And what I'm very happy is to see all these African diaspora, and especially Congolese, to come to give back their skills and really bringing that, because the math program that we've been created with Professor Jonathan is really impressive, because he's doing over Skype, and he's strengthening the program of math. And even he noticed a few girls that were so good in math, and we were selecting 2 of the students. They were supposed to go this summer to do the Harvard summer camp for math. But unfortunately, with everything happening in the world, we cannot do it. So it means that you can come from a village, but it's not the village that define you. It's what is the potential of Malaika School will unlock on the potential of each student. And the student, the second they're entering a school, they know they're very lucky and they're grabbing these chance of studying, of dreaming big. We have at a school from all over the world and from all of walks of life, from the mother from the village to come to talk, from the businesswoman, from an ambassador, from a singer, from a celebrity, from a big CEOs. We have all kind of people that come to volunteer at the school and come to talk. Because I really ask all our volunteers and all our guests coming to visit the school to not only talk about what they will volunteer and do with the girls, but to talk about their journey, their success, their challenge, how they arrive at their career or job, and what can they really inspire the student. And that's really good. A few months ago, we got the CEO of president of Caterpillar. She came visit our school and she talked to the student, and it was a very beautiful conversation. And we have the ambassador of America from the base in Kinshasa that came to visit, the ambassador of Italy. We have Eve, and we have a lot of mothers. We ask mothers to come to talk, and local business people and teachers, and it's just a community. They have to learn from everyone. We have a pilot. It's so cool.
No, the reason why I was so interested in the fact that you have coding is the fact that I hope the community there in Lubumbashi understand that's so forward thinking, because the whole world is so technologically advanced. We're here in Los Angeles. There's pockets of Los Angeles where only people that can live in certain areas, they only work in engineering and in technology, where there's even portions of high schools that I've worked with where they're just strictly teaching kids about coding and technology, because technology is like the way of the future. Where it used to be when you were younger, people would go to college and they would major in certain arts, liberal arts, where there's no money in that. The world isn't moving in that direction. So it's a kudos to you, or it's honorable of you to have those girls learning.
And in Africa, we are far behind. So if our girls can be becoming good coder and everything, they will get the job. They will get it.
But not even also to just get the job, but also as well, you can create your own app. I'm a huge sports fan, so there's huge sports organizations that are being owned by these tech companies. Somebody started an app 10 years ago. 10 years later, they made so much money. Now they own a sports team. So these girls, I hope they see that it's unlimited, the potential, if and when they get into coding and technology,
And look at the world now. No conference will be allowed for a while, and the world is becoming one, because you can be in LA, I can be in England, I can be in Congo, and we can have that, and we can reach even more people all over the world.
Right. I do. This one. Oh, Patrick, go ahead. I don't know if you have anything. There's so many questions I have to ask.
Oh no, you can go ahead, Julian.
Oh, do you want to go to the next question?
Gloria, are you from Congo too?
Oh, me? Yes, I am. My family, obviously, both my parents are from there, but I was born and raised here in Los Angeles, Malaika.
Yeah, you love
it. Where your family come from in Congo?
Kinshasa.
Oh my God, I have to come to LA. My brothers, they're all there.
Oh,
yeah, it's
with the American accent.
Yeah, the community here has been here since at least the 70s. I know my dad came here in school in the 70s, and he already had a few cousins who were already here for school. So it's been here for some time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And I wanted to tell you something very important. We created Malaika with an amazing team, and 85% of the money we're raising go to the programs. I don't take any salary of Malaika. I donate my 5-6 hours a day running and leading with the team. And that was what I wanted to when people ask me, we want to create foundation, and I say, don't create foundation to make money. Create a foundation to give back and show an example that you don't take yourself a salary.
I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm sorry, Julian. Go hit the
No, go ahead. I'll finish it.
So, how can other organizations or in Congo, how can they reproduce this model that you've created with Malaika? because I want you to come to Los Angeles and you can teach LAUSD, like to have this model.
So we writing this. The model is existing, but now we need to we're putting it into a toolkit. And actually, we were supposed to go to Congo to this July to really have the team to really finalize the toolkit and we can share, because for us is no way. We learned so much over the last 13 years, and we will not want a foundation that want to set up something, go through all the challenges we have. I want to share what we've been through, and it was something very important. And I do believe it's very you have to take in consideration the village you're going to work, the community, the country, because it's all different. If you're doing a school in the Congo in a village, and if you're doing a school in Ivory Coast or in Nigeria, it's completely different. You need to work with the context, and the government and rules are different too, and curriculums. In Congo, we have to follow the rules. We have to follow the Congolese national curriculum for school. And on the top, at our school, we added the music, the art, the sport, the coding, and we're having the breakfast, the lunch, and it's a free school. It's very sad, because with everything happening, the government in Congo asked to close every school and centers and public places. So we've been closed since a few weeks. And it's not, my main concern is not only the girls who will lose the educational knowledge. That's not the biggest. For us, the biggest loss will be the health of a student, because we're talking in a village where they're living under $1 a day. We're talking about a village where the population sleep, most of them on the floor. They don't have electricity, water. We're talking that our students come to a school to have breakfast and lunch, and 95% of the attendance through this program. So can you imagine that the student not coming to a school, they will eat maybe once or twice a week to their home? So we lost one of a student called Leia 10 days ago, because she died of malaria. So the malaria, it's huge in Africa. So we will lose a lot of people. And secondly is, if she was coming to study at a center every day, we will have seen she was sick. We will have helped her. Right. We have another student, Exodus, she's at the hospital. So we completely lost control of her health, because a few years ago, we lost one of a student called Miriam. It was between Christmas. She was 6 years old. And it was a big wake up for us, because you cannot do education without health. So when we lost Miriam, on the memory, we built an infirmary at the school, where we really emphasized to really have health checkup on our students. But the biggest loss, I see my kids, I have two kids here in England, 9 and 5 years old. I do 6 years old, my daughter just turned 6. We're doing all this homeschooling. But they have to be on the top of their homeschooling to be sure that when they go back to school, they won't be behind. But they have food every day, my kids. They have electricity, they have water, they have everything. In Congo, water, in a lot of places in Africa and in the world, water is a luxury, soap is a luxury, food is a luxury, hospital is a luxury. So we're talking about the virus, yes, but the problem beyond that are even bigger than we cannot control. So when this crisis arrived, we decided to create an emergency fund where we're doing feeding programs. So we distributing food and soap, mask, and we reach already more than 1,600 people through all the wells that we build. We have a point where we're teaching about social distancing, about washing hands, and we're trying to play a part in different ways and trying to reach. And our student cannot come to the school to get the homework because it's not allowed. So we have to create it with the teachers and volunteers, that they go to certain points and they can give and distribute to the student, and then they meet them again, because they don't have internet, they don't have a phone, right. So it's a different, you're talking about a different way. And we're just coming out of the rainy season, thank God for that, because it would have been terrible if it would be the rainy season.
So it seems like one of the issues with Malaika is not even Malaika, you have to deal with the lack of infrastructure in Congo, right? Because that seems to be the root of all the issues. If there was like a proper infrastructure, you wouldn't have to have this whole responsibility of.
If it's just to send homework, that's one thing. But we do care beyond that. We care about the health. We care that they will have food. We care that they will have soap. We care that all the wells that they have around the water is clean. So it's not easy. And to have lost Leah was a very, very, very sad moment. Only 10 years old. I'm a mother. It's really it was very tragic.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Julian, go to the next question.
Ok, so au début de tout cela, le chef du village, en fait, déjà la question c'est pourquoi une location rurale et pourquoi Kalebuka comme location?
C'est ce que j'avais dit, c'est que Kalebuka, on a visité beaucoup de villages, mais Kalebuka, c'était un village qui m'a vraiment touchée énormément parce que de voir le degré de pauvreté et le manque d'infrastructure, c'était quelque chose qui m'a vraiment choquée et que je voulais aider. Et puis, je me suis sentie... c'est pas le village d'où je viens, ni de ma mère. Je voulais aucun lien avec moi. Je voulais juste... I wanted just to give back. And that was my mission. I was born in Lubumbashi, but I wanted... That's the way that we wanted, and that's the way I want the legacy to keep continuing of Malaika. Yes, we saw the chief of the village, we saw the community, and they were very happy, and is the reason Malaika has been able to achieve what we do, because the entire community is protecting Malaika. We have the school, the community center, the wells agriculture. We just don't only teach the students. We distributed 11 malaria nets over the 13 years to the village. We built the 20 wells. We distributed 10,000 bowls. We brought a lot of people that came to support. We pushed the government to make the road. So we're pushing now to bring electricity. So the infrastructure has been very crucial in what we did for the village.
What languages do you teach the girls in Malaika?
Most of the girls, they arrive speaking Swahili or French. So we teach them French, Swahili, and they learn English.
Oh, okay, because I saw a video where they were like speaking English. Okay.
They learn English.
Okay.
Next time you can interview one of them.
Oh no! Look, when I'm coming in hot. I've been trying to learn. I'm going to learn Swahili, at least conversational.
But it's good. You should teach a lot of things about technology, and I saw you started the program. It's like a disaster when I say, my God, we might not go this summer in Congo.
No. Let me tell you something. Once this quarantine's over, Bantu Boyz, we're gonna be at Malaika. It's funny because this is off the cuff, but we have a list of that Sarah sent us of like items. Oh, we're coming in with big gift bags. Don't worry.
And Sarah, you see, she's amazing. She's our country manager. She speaks French, English, Swahili. She's the new generation. Our headmasters, I think you've been on email too. Sylvain is 29 years old. He's unbelievable. He's really crucial and is very passionate. And he's giving. You should watch a video of him about the school. It's really beautiful story of each staff of the team is bring his own willing and his own knowledge.
Yeah, they have they're so bright. They have like so many great ideas, and they were so welcoming too. Because I was, when I was telling them like, hey, we're the Bantu Boyz, they were just like, no, come, this will be great. So I'm very, I can't wait till this is over.
And it's very important because the students, they will see your story. You are in Los Angeles, but you're coming back. You want to give back. It's important. It's becoming a family. Like Josué, like Jonathan, like Salima. A lot of them coming and they're seeing that they want to become like you guys, and it's fantastic.
So I want to be like them. They're stronger than us.
You know what? They're very strong. For the 10 years of Malaika, we brought 3 students. Louise, Mwamini, and Lauriane, and we brought them in New York for 2 weeks, and it was a great experience for them. First time sleeping in a bed, but after that we brought them bed for their home, eating strawberry, going to so many restaurants, and taking the boat, the tube, the subway. It was an amazing experience for them, but they were missing Congo. They were very happy to go back to Congo. Their home is their home.
Right.
And you know what? When they came, that was very impressive to see girls leaving this village, taking for the first time the plane, but they have so much dignity. They were standing with a lot of class, elegance. It was amazing.
You know, it's funny. I wrote down here when I was watching all of your videos, but when we were making the questionnaire, one thing that you're doing is you're establishing confidence. I think that's so important in Africa.
And you need to bring exactly. And you know what? It's important beyond the intellectual curriculum.
Yeah.
What is missing in Congo and Africa, and I did say that to another interview, we need to bring values. Integrity, honesty, working hard, giving back, because when they will have key jobs, they will have this value instilled in them. Because we're seeing the chaos sometimes of a lot of countries that we have. Oh my God, there's so much corruption, it's so much, they're losing the integrity, you know?
Go to the next question. I don't want to keep going off the cup.
Okay, now I listen to your question. Tell me.
Yeah.
No, me? Or you?
Okay, I'll go back to French. Okay.
No, but you speak English.
Yeah, you want to keep in English? No problem.
No, French, English, I don't mind.
Oh, pourquoi?
You know, we have some viewers who don't understand a lick of English, so you know, if you want to talk some French, might be helpful.
C'est quoi une journée qu'est-ce qu'une journée avec toi, avec Noella Coursaris Musunka?
My days start very early. My days start at 7 or 7:30 a.m. 7, I'm with my kids, give them breakfast. Normally, I go to drop them to school, but now we have homeschool, so I'm the teacher. So we do the homeschooling. Between I have some conference call. Between I do have some interviews. I run Malaika with a team. We have a team in America. We have a team in the Congo. I have in this time of crisis, I have a lot of calls with donors, with a lot of the local team too. We have I have a lot of webinars, a lot of interviews. Generally, I travel a lot. I speak to a lot of conferences. I still do my modeling, but I do a few key jobs during the year. And I have photo shoots. My life is very busy. I travel nearly every 2 weeks. I'm somewhere in a plane and somewhere in the world. And I go 2-3 times in the Congo. But this lockdown was good for me because I spent a lot of time at home, and it was something that I needed, and to be with my kids, with my family, to organize my home. And you have, of course, we've been massively affected, Malaika. 80% of our donation are down. So it's a time where you have to reflect, where you have to reorganize yourself, strengthening the team, strengthening the foundation, work in different ways, innovate how you're gonna raise money. So it's there's a lot of challenges right now, and I work late because I work a lot with the American team. I work generally around 10, 11 o'clock. And have a lot of interviews and a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of Instagram live. There's a lot of things I was not able to do before because my life was constantly traveling. But being home, I'm very happy because I do things that I like, really. Doing an interview with you, with people that I feel that have a heart, where I feel related, it's very important for me. When I go to speak to conference, I speak here to conference, I speak to schools, but I like to speak to very small group, 8-10 people, and they invite me to speak, but at some point in time I stop and I want to learn everybody from the room and what they want, and it's very special moment.
Can I ask you this with Malaika? With the earlier you talked about like the hiring of the teachers. Do you have the final say with that, or do you have like a specific team that they do that where they pick the teachers?
So generally we recruit teachers around May, June, or July, and generally I'm there too. So I set up Malaika, and I'm involved in every decision because this is my third baby. I want to be part of it, and I follow everything going on. I'm on CC on most of the emails. We have the team that's running everything, but it's important for me to be involved. And the teachers, we choose them very, very carefully. They need to have the skills. They need to get into the values that we have at the school and get into the team. And we're working like a family for the student. And it's really great because the team on the ground is not scared of the team in New York or in America. They are more scared to fail towards the community of the student. And that is very important because they're not working for me, the teachers, they're working for their country. This is the girls or the community that will have a place in the country or in the continent. So that's very, very important that they understand that. And we put a lot of emphasis on the teachers training and the team, so they're constantly learning. And we're using this time where the school is closed to really push the team to have their training.
Okay, you talked about some of the challenges that you have to deal with the COVID-19. Is there any more challenges you have to deal with besides like the lack of funding?
The lack of funding. Even if the school is closed and the community center is closed, everything is closed. We still have to pay a team. I don't want to get rid of the team now.
Yeah.
Not at all, because we put a lot of emphasis on them. We put a lot of training. They've been with us. They're like family. They've been with us since like 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's something that we really want to keep going, is to keep our team and as long as we can, and we hope that the school will be soon back open.
We do too. Go to the.
And you know what? When you read, we have some of the students. They came to tell us what the school was representing for them. And how they're missing. I will send you some of the writing, but they wrote to us. It was it's their home, it's their refuge, it's the way they escape, it's the way they come to learn. They on break, they go to do music, they go to the library. So for them to have the school closed more than 6-7 weeks, it's they never have a school. Even in when it's holiday, we do camp that at least they can come to have. That they can come to have a meal at our school. So to have all the program completely shut down, it's a big loss for them.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You give them hope. Like I can see them in the videos when they're in the school. They get to escape. Not saying that they're going through trauma, but they get to escape and be in this world of like hope when they're in Malaika.
And you're gonna have risk. I hope a lot of them won't come back pregnant. They are 7-8 weeks out of a school. Yeah. So it's a lot of challenges that we have to take in consideration, and we just want our girls to be safe. We want the girls to be healthy. The problems with Africa, with what's happening now, that all the borders are closed and everything, the food price jumping.
Right.
A lot of people losing their jobs, and there's a lot of insecurity coming. So we're talking about a lot of issues that are beyond, not always you can control.
Right. What, Patrick, you want to go to that next one?
So one thing I was wondering, and I may have missed in the beginning, did you talk about the wells already, or?
Yeah, she talked about the wells.
We built 20 wells over the 12 years because it's a village where there's hardly no water. There's no access to, there's no electricity. So it was something very important for us to give access to water. And we impact more than 35,000 people a year through water sanitation program.
Okay. And, I've seen in other interviews, you've talked about also like lobbying the government or, advocating the government to build more roads. Into Kalabuka, specifically towards the school. So I was wondering, especially as a nonprofit organization, what challenges have you had with, building up the infrastructure, but also maintaining it over time? Because at least in my research, it seems like a lot of this is coming from, other organizations through their philanthropic efforts like BOSS, or I think another was GMK. So like, what challenges do you run into trying to maintain like this infrastructure? Because for instance, with the wells, you're providing water. for just about everything that they need. So I mean, it's normally the function of a government, but you're doing it as a organization.
Yeah.
Yes, because I was seeing where they were going to fetch the water in the river, and it was so dirty, and I was like, no way that I would close my eyes. And it was important for me to have to build with Malaika and a lot of partners like us and different partners to build these wells. The government, we're very neutral. We're not into politics at all. But you have to work with the government, because in order to have the land, you need the authorization. In order to function your school, you need the authorization. So by respect, every time I'm in the Congo, I always go to see the Minister of Education, the Minister of Health. It's very important to have a good relationship with them. And if I have to tell them something, I will not say in public. I will close the door and I will tell them everything that I think. I think we all know we all know our issues in the country, and we all have to work together and try to lift each other. I definitely want to see more women, definitely at key roles in government in Congo. I think it will be beneficial and it will change a lot of things. When we did the community center with FIFA, one of the big asks of FIFA, because they built 20 community center after the World Cup 2000.
You were 19, right?
2010. Yeah, 2010, the World Cup, they built 20 community center. And on the specific ask of FIFA, wherever they will build the community center with a NGO, they will have to have the government's input, trying at least to build a road and put electricity. So we've been pushing that the road. So the road is done at 60%, and it really bring a big change in the village, because now bus can arrive there, they can do businesses, they can go in town to do it was if you see the pictures before arriving to the school like 13 years ago, the road, my God, it was no road actually. It was insane. So now it's much better. I believe in individuals. I believe in working together. I believe in community. I believe in the sky. I guess I believe in our ancestors being with us, and definitely this village was a calling with the ancestor.
Okay, and just wondering and not just with the infrastructure, but also just in general, has Malaika ever experienced any kind of pushback with any of the programs or projects or anything like that?
No, because before we do anything, it's not our aim to create a lot of programs. What we have, we want to strengthen what we have. But before implementing anything, we always talk with the village. And we always ask them what they think, and we have the input in everything we're doing. We don't want to impose. We want to make sure that they're okay with it.
Okay. And I know you said you spoke to the chief in the village. So just wondering, in Kalibuka, do they have like a mayor, or is it a chief that runs that area?
Right.
There's chief, there's a bourgmestre, and then you have the governor, and then you have a lot of entities. But we talk with them. There's no... They always come at the ceremonies and all of that. Malaika is a big change for the village, so they're very happy. And even when we do the feeding program of the community, it's a big plus in the village. So they're very. There's not another organization in the village that doing, I think, as much as we do.
Let me ask you this. You do a lot of work with Malaika. I mean, your work. I hope you're like inspiring. Like we have to do something. Hopefully, when we get like big, rich, and famous, we'll do something big. We'll name it like Bantu Boyz.
But African and people like us, people say I should create an organization, but all of us we giving back. All of us we are the grandmother or the mother or the brothers, the sisters. So it's already a giving back already.
So do you feel like, with Congo being a country with a lot of challenges, right? Do you ever feel like you're not doing enough? Like, you do a lot, bless you. You do a lot. you ever feel like just your own personal, like, man, I'm not doing enough. I need to do more.
Of course, because when you go there, you have Malaika. I really want to keep focus, and we keep focus on what we're doing. But it's very tough because I work a lot in the village, and I speak a lot with the people with the brothers, the mothers, the fathers.
Yeah.
And it's you see so many problems, even when I go to visit the house of the student where they live in one room, they're sleeping on the floor. So we're trying to buy mattress for the student.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that I wish I could do and help more, but it's impossible. To run Malaika a year is $400,000 a year. And that was without the construction before. So you have to fundraise $400,000 every year. The nutrition program is a big, big, big part of the budget, the salaries of the teachers, and everything going around. So it's massive. You have to understand that when the student arrives, we give them uniform, underwear, socks, shoes. We give them everything.
Let me ask you this: is a lot of your the forms and a lot of your traveling, is it pertaining to getting funds, getting grants, people seeing the organization to get sponsors? Does that?
Yeah, when I travel, it's very important that you go to speak to conference to give your message and talk about the organization you're running and the impact that it has, because I'm not the best speaker in the world, but what we do is very specific and very special. So action talks more than words.
Right.
So why it's important to go to an audience where they feel what you're doing, but it's not often where you raise the money there. But you raise money with personal relation. You raise money through grant, for individual, from people. A lot of people that came to the school and to Congo became donors, ambassadors of the foundation. And they talk to the family, to the community, and it's really word of mouth.
So let's say there's an 18-year-old girl in Malaika. She finishes the program. She goes to university, and I don't know, in England or whatever. Is one of the goals of the students being in Malaika, they have to come back and try to help the community? Because I think sometimes that might be an issue where we have so much education among Congolese people, but we never come back.
That's a big problem, and that's the reason we really have to invest in strong institutions in the Congo, in Africa. And I think that's one of the reasons, and it's great because I talk a lot with Ashesi University in Ghana, African Leadership Academy in South Africa, where we will want our girls to go there at some point in time, or in institution too in Congo. But what's happening now in Africa, that all the borders are closed and everything, it shows us that Africa has to be united, that each country needs to have their own resources. We need to grow more food on the soil. We need to have good hospitals. We cannot, when our elite has a problem, a health problem, they take the private jet or they fly in Belgium or in Morocco or in China or in South Africa to go have to go to hospital. No, we need really to have strong health, strong education, strong infrastructure in our own country, strong universities, strong schools. And yes, the aim, our girls at Malaika, they are 13, the oldest are 13 years old. They will leave at 18. And they're already sad to say, Mama Noella, I cannot believe in 3 years I'll be finished. We're creating a student fund where we will help them to achieve whatever they want to do. If it's a technical school, if it's a university, if they will study in Congo, or if they will have a scholarship abroad, or if they will enroll online courses. So we really help them. We will help them in every ways.
This is excellent. Wrap that last question. Or
we're not gonna do like you guys. You're in LA and don't go back, or me being here.
No, that's the thing. Like us starting this group, one of the things is like we have to go back, because one thing we've noticed, we've been only doing this together for a year, right? Me and Julian are comics. Patrick's the lawyer. He's our manager. And one thing we've noticed is the confidence and the type of joy we've been bringing people Congolese people around the world we've been connecting with, because they're like, yo, we have the power. We have the resources, we have the knowledge, we have the education. We have to start working together to try to figure out how do we fix home.
I will recommend you a few people actually you can interview. That would be great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Noella and Malaika. Let's go. Joe, I'm sorry, Joey, get that last question.
Wait, number 9 or number 10?
Number 9 actually.
You want to do number 9? Yeah, go ahead, do number 9.
Yeah, so, avec tout ce que tu fais, toutes les activités que tu as et les responsabilités, comment est-ce que tu maintiens cet équilibre, en fait, pour toi-même?
I eat very well. I eat a lot of fruit, fresh juice. I do my bike. We are in lockdown, so I do a lot of bike at home. I go for a walk with my kids. I do sometimes my stretching. I listen to music. I love to read, but I read a lot of children books actually. And I'm very close. I have a few very close friends and close family members that I'm in touch with. And yes, I try to keep very calm. Through the years, I learned to be calm, to think about doing a lot of things. I organize well my day, my week, my month. And in Malaika, we have a plan for the 1 year, for the 5 years. I delegate a lot. It's very important to delegate. I have an amazing team around me and a lot of great volunteers, and being a mother, doing some modeling, running Malaika, traveling, speaking at conference, and going to Congo 2-3 times a year. So my agenda is completely packed, and I do help a lot of other people and other organizations. I'm one of the advisors at Concordia Summit. I'm a contributor editor at Global Citizen magazine and one of the ambassadors for education. I'm a Global Fund ambassador. So I do have a list, but delegation is very key, and the team, because you have to set the example. The team all over the world, Congo, America, the students, they see me working so hard. When I'm in Congo, I arrive at 9 a.m. I leave the school sometimes, Kalibuka at 5-6 p.m. They see me coming on Saturday. They see me on Sunday. They see me working so hard, and they will feel that they have to work hard. And it's the reason that the team around me see me working so hard. At midnight when I travel, they always make sure, Noella, are you okay? Or do you have your notes for tomorrow? You have this and that. They really care of me, and I care of them.
And I think that's very important that this younger generation of Congolese people understand you have to work hard.
And you have to set the example.
Right. Nothing is going to be easy. Like, as much as we talk about the country changing and making it better for the future generation, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of sacrifice. Like, just listening to you talk about you travel, this interview, this IG live, this, that, I'm tired listening to it. But, right? But it's like you're doing it to sacrifice for these girls and this community in Congo. So to
give a different image too of a country, I think you have to show that we're proud of where we're from. I can stand in a room with the president, with big CEOs, and I'm not there to beg. I'm there to say, hey, we can be the change of our own country. We're gonna be the writer of our own story. Yeah. We are a rich country, but what is missing? We need to educate our students. We need to educate them. And what is important? We need to teach our history in schools. Yeah. And we need to teach to our wealth. Our student needs to understand that they're sitting on a trillion country. Yeah. And they need to take control of what they have and not accepting that you're going to dig the minerals for $1 a day. No, sorry, you're going to deal with me. We're going to transform our minerals. We're going to transform what we're growing in our soil. And we're going to talk business, and that is super key. Is because we never been taught what we have, the value of a country.
No, and that's what I was saying earlier pertaining to about you instilling confidence. Like it's funny because I think the first time I contacted you when we shot that when we tagged you on a podcast post and you're like, are you in Los Angeles? I was like, yeah, we're in Los Angeles. I wish you could come here because what you're doing can inspire so many people here, because the same issue psychologically with confidence that we have back home, it's here as well.
And we need to get rid of the inferiority. We've been colonized. Now it's like we're not colonized anymore. We are Congolese, we are African, we're standing on our 2 feet, we have a brain, we can think, we can make happen things.
Definitely.
Incredible. You want to get the next one, Patrick?
The second part of the question, and obviously you're doing great things, but I'm wondering, with everything you're doing, how do you practice self-care?
I love spa. That's one thing. I love spa. I love my spa. I love to go relax. Like I say, I do my bike. I do my walk. I keep calm. I take a lot of breaks in everything that I do. And I think I love my life because it's not boring. I can do shooting a campaign, doing a photo shoot. I can be talking to a school. I can be talking to the diaspora. I can be in a plane. I can be in a huge conference where I'm speaking in front of big delegation. But I can be at the school in the Congo or at the center and being with the student, being with the villagers, walking in the village, talking with the mothers, the fathers, the villagers, being there at the beginning of a construction of a well, tidying the kitchen with the staff, doing things. And I think it's very important to be humble. I think the team on the ground feel related to me. When I go in the village, I don't want any praise. I just want, you call me Noella. I go there. At the beginning, they were calling each other sir, madame, between them. And I said, guys, stop it. All this protocol, this hierarchy, let's all call by our name. And it's you have to show that you don't do her, then you just a doer. I'm someone that I talk, yes, but I act. And what is Malaika and what we've been achieving, it's because it's been a lot of work, a lot of challenges, but we put a lot of passion on it.
Exactly. Wait, Patrick, you want me to get this next one?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Noella, how can our viewers help Malaika?
Yeah, and actually, not to cut you off, Miss Noella, because I wanted to with this one, if you don't mind. We actually got a clip of or one that Malaika prepared specifically of some of your efforts that you're doing right now for COVID in Kalibuka, and I was wondering, just play it real quick to give folks an idea of some of the work that you're doing just now.
But with the COVID, like I was saying before, we have 20 wells in a lot of villages. So we really go towards all these wells we have. We bring awareness and guidance and explaining about the social distance, but social distance in Congo, in Africa, is very hard. We give them soap, we give them hygiene awareness. We do feeding programs. We reach already more than 1,400 individual people. We're giving food, soap, because the price of the food completely jumped in Africa, and especially in the Congo. We are sewing a mask. We're distributing more than 500 masks to the community. And with our 3D printer, we're going to do more than 400 shield masks, where we're going to give to hospitals and doctors. So we created a fund emergency. So if people want to donate to our fund, emergency fund, where we're reaching families with food, and we still have to pay all our staff because we don't want to put them in technical unemployment. They will not have anything. So even if the school, the community center is closed, we still have to pay all our staff. And that's where we are. I always say to people, if you want to donate, even if you want to donate $5, but if we have 100 people donating $5, it's $500. So any dollar counts. Myself, I don't take any salary of the foundation. I donate every year with my husband. And I'm very proud, and a lot of brands that I collaborate and partner, they all donating a certain percentage to Malaika.
Okay, that's terrific.
This is awesome.
So, go ahead, Patrick, do you want to? So, Miss Noella, we're going to play a clip, and so Patrick, do you want to play it?
Yeah, it's about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So here I go.
Yeah, it's good, and I think it should be.
This was awesome.
Ooh, that's some triumphant music right there for some triumphant actions you guys are doing.
Which clip was it? Can you send me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Can
definitely.
you send me which clip you did, because I have no idea what you showed.
Yeah, it's a clip. They posted on the Malaika account, I think a few days ago.
Yeah.
Okay. About the feeding program?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess okay, so since we sent the clip, what we'll do is as well in the below in the comment section or in the bio, we'll definitely put
I don't see you anymore.
You don't see
Oh,
me?
you don't?
No.
Wait, on IG Live or on I think IG Live is like kind of reception might be bad. Hold on, I'm gonna end it, share it, and I'm gonna start again. Oh, well, that's me.
I don't see you anymore.
You don't? Wait, hold on. Am I here? Am I here? Wait, Miss Noella, can you see us on?
No, I completely lost you.
Oh, you did? Wait, hold on.
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
Maybe is it?
So first of all, I wanted to ask a question. How did you hear about Malaika, and how did you hear about me?
So we have one of our friends we grew up with was a part of the Congo Diaspora Summit, and I interviewed her. We interviewed her on the podcast talking about the summit.
So what's her name?
Luco. How do you say the last name? Kasomo.
Kasomo.
Yeah, Kasomo. And she was on the panel with you, and during the summit, and.
So you should put me in touch with her. I would love to hear her.
Oh no, absolutely. That's funny because I feel like through her we got in touch with you because we posted a clip talking about you being at the summit, and that's where when we tagged you, you messaged me and you said, "Are you Congolese?" Because I have this accent, so nobody believes I'm Congolese, whatever. And I was like, "Oui, nazali Congolese, sango bon kote," and you were like, yeah, and then from then on, we started to have dialogue talking about Malaika, and I was like, "Wow, this is a great organization." I said, we planned on going to Congo in the summer, barring COVID-19, and they're like, "Great, you should come in and do a
It's weird. I don't see you still. Sad.
Okay. What I think we can do or try is each of us, let's turn off our camera feed and turn it back on again. That might make a difference.
Okay, I'll stop cam.
But it doesn't matter. I can hear you, but sad I don't see you.
Okay. Can you see us now? Maybe you do the same thing. Stop cam and start cam.
Yeah, because we can still see you. It's just
we can see you.
Yeah, this StreamYard. Well, we found out a glitchy part of it.
You can still see me.
Yeah,
we can still see you.
Si tu stoppes la caméra et redémarre.
You know, because I use a Mac, but I had a problem to go into your link with my Mac. So my husband put me on his laptop. I have no idea, but it's how to use his laptop. It's not a Mac.
Oh, okay. Because what it is, I know it's the browser you use. Like if you're on your computer, it's like, what is it? Firefox and Google Chrome are the ones you want to use. Safari. You said,
I have a problem. I don't see them anymore. I don't see them anymore.
Is the battery gone?
No. But they said to me, I don't know how to use your machine. They said to me, what I should do? They can see me, but I cannot see them.
Hey,
Rosa.
They all live in LA and they're all Congolese, all born in LA with an American accent. Can you believe that? Free
what have you done, Noella?
I don't know. My husband is he come every summer with me in the Congo.
Oh,
hey, how are you doing? Noella, what the hell have you done?
Because they put a clip, and when they put the clip,
I know.
this is great. We're getting this all on the Bantu Boyz podcast. This is great.
Yeah, this is live podcasting right here.
No problem. I'm trying to work out which one it is.
it's a surface.
Yeah, it's Surface Machine. Yeah. Oh, no. For some reason, I don't know what has happened there. It flashes up and then it goes. Right.
We can see you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see my husband?
Yeah, we see him. Yeah.
Experience in Kalibuka.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I go there every year. Not this year. We're booked to go, but I don't think we'll be going. Yeah, it's just gone black. It's hanging, I think, guys. I might have to come back in. Is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, no. If you come back and use the same link, you should be okay.
Yeah.
No, 2 seconds. See you in 2 seconds.
All right, no worries.
Close program.
They put a clip, and since they put the clip,
yeah,
this is great.
Put up some of these comments, folks. Been
Look, Julian. Look what Noble said. Julian, French white and yeah, he speaks French.
Oh, thank you for my friend.
yeah, Julian speaks French
very fluently.
Thank you, Noble Mandela. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Julian? Now you solidified us to him.
All right, we got value, man.
You solidified us. Oh,
I put it on the market, man.
But this is great. This is like she's very like inspiring. Like
okay, let me
living in LA.
How are you?
Let me move that. Okay, can you see us now?
You can say something about Kalibuka.
What do you want me to say about it?
But how you see growing the last 10 years?
Oh
and
my
the girls.
gosh, it's very different to when I first started. It is it's an eco center. It's very beautiful. It's very uplifting when you go there. You have to go and see it though, you know, because the atmosphere you have with all the children there when you arrive and there's 340 girls singing for you. It's a very uplifting experience.
Right. She does good.
You should definitely
work.
In summer, but it's good.
You're not going in summer.
They're 3 months in lockdown now in LA.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. We go to LA sometimes, don't we? I have family there.
So they're gonna do a reception for Malaika there.
Are they?
Yes, they're all Congolese.
Yeah. We're going. This is gonna be great. Of course, when quarantine's open, you know, and everything's safe, we're going. We have to.
You'll have a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is fantastic. The FIFA Center is wonderful.
Yeah, we were watching.
And you like the beer there?
The beer's good, you know.
Which one you like,
Simba.
Simba?
I'll ask you, Skol or Premise?
Yeah. No, I like it. Yeah, it's a great place. It's a lot of fun.
So every summer he comes with us.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful school. You know, the thing about the school is it's very, it's a school that is very beautifully built and very nicely done. And, you know, a lot of people said, you know, why did you do something beautiful? And maybe you could have built a lot more schools for the same price. But Noella's view is, you know, she doesn't want to build a school like all the other schools. She wants to build a school that's going to develop the future leaders of the country.
Yeah. Oh,
and really make a difference, you know?
No, and that's what she's doing. Like it's, we were saying when you guys were coming when you guys got off the camera and came back, I was like, you're very inspiring. This is very, very inspiring. Like a lot of people around the diaspora need to see this. Like we're in Los Angeles. If people here in Los Angeles saw the Malaika, they'll be amazed. People know about this.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. You know, you go through the Congo and then you're driving all through Lubumbashi, you know, the city it's nearby, and then you arrive at the school and you're like, hey, it's like an oasis.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But then when you get out and you walk in the village, it's bring you back to the reality.
But yeah, no, it's beautiful. You know, the girls are beautiful. The people around the area are beautiful. The women who do all the sewing and right next to the FIFA center, they're always laughing and always smiling and singing for you when you go in there and measuring me up for Congolese shirts and things like that and shorts and all that type of stuff.
You got the hookup over there.
Yeah, well, the only thing I don't like about the Congo is the fufu. I'm not a fufu fan.
But his kids love our kids. They eat every day fufu. Yeah. You give them rice like that. They say, no, we want fufu.
Yeah, no, good. You know, we've been together. How long have we been married for? 10 years. 10 years, and we've been going there for like 12 years. So I've kind of grown up with it. And my kids have definitely grown up with it. You know.
This is great. We want to thank.
Our son is 9 years old. He's been like 25 times in the Congo.
He's been there many times. Yeah.
That's great. I'm jealous. I've only been back home once. So after Malaika, I'm going to try to go every year.
You will do, definitely.
So it's cool, huh? They cool the Congo. I'm gonna put them in touch with Eddie. Do you know Eddie Caddy?
Have you ever heard of Eddie Caddy?
Of course.
Yeah, Eddie's a good friend of ours.
Noella.
Oh, absolutely. We would love to see
whenever you talk to Eddie, tell him that I taught him to dance.
Will do.
I taught him to dance.
Did you ever interview Eddie?
You should.
We'd like to. I'd love to.
We'd love to. He's a huge inspiration comedically. We'd love to.
So I will put Eddie in touch, and I will find you some people. Yannick Nyanga, and the other Yannick.
Yannick Boulassi, he plays soccer.
No, but you want to in Italy? What's his name?
Oh, he's
Max.
Yeah, Maximilian.
Yeah, so we're gonna put in touch with great.
I'll tell you, he's a really cool guy. Yannick Nyanga is a beautiful man.
Hey, that's Noella. I think. Yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah. We're gratefully take contact us out.
Yeah.
Because through your show, if you can start to create a big community of Congolese and inspire each other and be all of us together is really important. Because
the great thing about Yannick Boulassi, he's a soccer player. He came to England, I think, when he was 1 year old, but he still plays for the Congo at soccer, which is unusual. You know, you have a lot of very good soccer players, but most of them play for Belgium or France. He's grown up in England, you know, and he still plays for Congo.
My Primus, she's saying the beer. See, my husband knows well Congo, huh?
Yeah.
Well put together, very informed. I guess we do have one more question.
I'm gonna go. I've got to go and put the garbage out. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much.
I will quit a 55-minute interview, then you can come back.
Okay,
we love to host Malaika, but even if it's an event of 20 people or 10 people or 15
No, Miss Noella.
Easy.
No, Miss Noella. This is the Bantu Boys. There won't be 20 people. There'll be like 2,000. It'll be 2,000. No, I'm like you have to come to LA. No,
so we do 14 years in Los Angeles. 14 years in May next year.
Let's make it happen. You're now like our.
Every time in May is the 14 years of Malaika every year. So I think 14 years in Malaika, Los Angeles, and we can have a lot of people, and we do something nice, and music and everything.
No, please, no. I'm like, please, like, we would love for you to. We can help host, like, whatever you need. We're here. We're in Los Angeles.
You need to find a venue, and then it's easy to bring people.
Absolutely. There's one question we ask every guest. It's kind of off the cuff. What's your spirit animal?
What is what?
Your spirit animal.
What's spirit animal?
Julian, our friend.
Ton animal spirituel.
I do believe in God. I believe in God, and I believe in God. What is that?
No, so like, okay, like.
Tu veux incarner ton animal.
Yeah.
Mon animal.
Yeah. So like, I believe my spirit animal is like a panther because it's mysterious. It can climb a tree. It's strong. Like
Me,
so.
it's a bird. A bird. Oh, that definitely a bird. I can go anywhere. I'm free. I can fly.
I like that. See, we're right here. We're right here.
Hey, let me tell you something. You said I believe in God.
It's my fault. It's my fault on that one.
But you didn't really translate well. What was it, guys?
I'm sorry.
It's
so funny.
But wait, mine is a panther. Julian, what's yours?
Tiger.
Why?
Man, for the spirits of fearless. But
I can be a tiger too, the fearless. Definitely, I'm fearless. But guys,
we wanna.
So where are you gonna put this footage and everything you shot?
So it's on YouTube. We're going to probably on Monday, we're gonna have the audio on Spotify and iTunes. So all next week we'll be making clips and posting clips and tagging you. So if it's annoying, please forgive us. We're just tagging you.
Don't worry.
Yeah, and we just want to thank you so much.
It was the birthday of my daughter, and she said half she wants some gift and half she wants donation for the girls in the Congo. So she raised nearly $800. Was sweet.
Oh, it was great. Oh yeah, tag your happy birthday to your daughter and plug.
And she has a YouTube. Kara is a star that does everything. You need to follow her.
Yeah, plug her Instagram and her YouTube.
I know she doesn't have Instagram, but YouTube, yeah.
YouTube.
On lockdown, she entertained us, so that was cool.
That's funny. So Miss Noella, what's your where can people follow you?
Wait, before we go into that, check the chat real quick.
Go ahead, do your thing.
No, I'm just saying, like, just let me know because
Miss If we have time for questions, go ahead, Miss Noella. Do you have time for questions?
Yes, of course. Always.
Yeah. Go ahead. Patrick, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and read it all.
Oh, okay. How have you leveraged technology?
Laura, what's up? How are you?
How have you leveraged technology to educate your students? How can diaspora leverage technology to educate students in the Congo?
But we're using technology because they learn computers, they learn how to use a computer, they learn to code, they have STEM, they have robotic. The big problem that you have in the Congo is the electricity. Only a very low percentage have access to electricity, and low percentage of school have access to electricity. We are running by a solar panel at the school and at a community center. A lot of schools have generator. It's very expensive. You have to maintain. So that's what we have to lobbying and really push the government. They need to invest in electricity, that we bring quality, even more education quality to a different level, and when you can really leverage the technology in every school.
Each time we
I hope you well, Laura. I'm looking forward to come back to New York and we can have lunch.
Okay.
We're going to go to the next one, Pat.
Okay, hold on.
Next question.
Yes. Do you have plans to expand into other villages?
No, I don't have any plan to accentuate our villages. The Wells, we're doing a lot of villages. We have one model in one village and we want to make it strong and really follow the student. It costs us so much money to build the school, the center, everything we have, and to maintain everything. And it's very important to keep focus and doing good and quality. And for me, when people ask, do you want to do more schools? No, it's so much emotion for me. Every student has a story. Every student has a challenge, have happiness. And Louise, Anita, Augustine, Anna, they all have a story, and I want to be focused on them and growing with them.
Okay. Julian, read the next question.
How do they get funds to run that budget yearly?
Because now we reach 13 years and our program are bigger, so it costs $400,000. When we started, it was not as big. It was maybe $30,000 a year to run Malaika, and the following year 50 or 70, and then. But now we have 45 staff. We're giving breakfast, lunch. We have 2 part-time staff in New York. but 85% of what we're raising go to the program. We raise money for individual, for corporate, people run marathon, people gave their birthdays, people sponsor girls every year, we do a lot of grant application. And after 13 years, we have good credibility. So a lot of people came on the ground, a lot of our partners, a lot of donors, family foundation. We have a lot of people coming and they see the impact that of what we're doing has in the community. The next question.
Yeah,
3 more questions.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
Micheline, you're on fire. A lot of questions from primary to very question.
Julie,
How do you balance the culture of women being for home while also being a woman?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Miss Noella. Go ahead.
How do you balance the culture of women being home? I think the world is changing. Africa is changing. I think women want to be independent. I don't think so. A student seeing themselves being home, they see their mom. You know what? We say our culture, the mothers stay home. Our mom always work. They always go to the market. They always go to try to sell things. They tidying, they're organizing the house. Being a mom too is a full-time job.
Right.
And even more than ever that we have to be teacher now with the homeschooling. So I think the culture is changing in Africa. But we're seeing girls that they want to be independent. They want to have their own jobs, their own career. And I think it's very important. And we have to we cannot impose it, I do think. I think we have to let the learning process come very naturally.
Okay.
All right. So let's do 2 more.
Okay.
Next year, two.
Okay. I actually do have one.
Go ahead.
And this is one just personally, just, doing a little research. And you mentioned your daughter earlier with her birthday fundraiser, which when I saw that earlier this week, like, it really made me smile. Like, and I really do like the fact that your kids are so just enthusiastic about giving back, doing good back home in Congo. So I'm wondering, what did you do with your children to get them so enthusiastic about, charity work, philanthropy?
But my kids have been 2-3 times a year with me in the Congo. So they grew up, they half Congolese, half English for them. They grew up with being in villages, going with me every day when we're there for 6 weeks. So they have their friends. My son over there, when he arrived, he has his 20, 25 friends and all the village coming to play football with them. My daughter has the entire school. She plays with the girls and she wants to wear the uniform like them. And we go to the village. They see the degree of poverty, of not having the water. My daughter has a well on the name and my son has a well on his name. Mm-hmm. And every few months, they put their clothes that they want to give, their books. They give sometimes their pocket money. And they see me working with Malaika. So for them, it's something. My daughter, for her, mommy, I want to raise money to give them sweets and food, So for her, she's very basic and very straight to the point because she knows that they don't have a lot of food. Or sometimes my son will say, mommy, I want to raise money to buy a mattress for one of my friends. So it's good. And when we go to the Congo, I always tell them to choose a few projects where they want to help. So my son chose a few of his friends where he wanted them. Some of them were not going to school. So we contribute to their school. And my daughter contributed to different things she wanted to do for some of the girls in the village. So it's very cool. But I didn't want to impose them. And every day I work on Malaika, I don't want to impose them. But they hear my conversation. They can tell you everything going on at Malaika. And they're very attached. They say, mommy, don't worry. If anything happened to you, we will take over Malaika. I said, no, it's a too big responsibility. You don't want that. But they kids see in different ways. They see very straight to the point. When my son go to pick up his friend where he lives, he see that his friend doesn't have water, that his friend doesn't have a bed, doesn't have food, doesn't have a bucket. He say, Mom, let's buy bucket, let's buy mattress. So they see the reality very in a simple way.
All right. Very sad. Yeah, that's good. Your kids are very empathetic.
But that's amazing because that's good awareness at such an early age. So I think that's very powerful,
Yeah. And it's, you know what, and it showed them in the homework, because one of the teacher called me one day and say, oh my God, we write what you think should be good for the world and what you want, and every child needed to write, and a lot of things. They wanted a PlayStation, they wanted this and that, and I think my son wrote something that he wanted food and mattress and water. He was writing a lot about things that he exposed in the Congo, and it was very, very touching. So I guess we never know how kids grow up, but they will grow up a little bit with this humanity and giving back.
Right. I guess, do we have time for just one question? Last question, Rick?
Because nobody else put a question here, but I did cut you off with the last question in the previous section, which was, what can our viewers, what can we do to help Malaika now?
Yeah.
But they can donate their skills, they can donate their time, they can volunteer, they can go to the Congo, volunteer on the ground, they can donate. I'm always encouraging people to donate $5, $10. It really helps, and even more than ever now, because with the crisis that we're living on, and spread the word, share on the social media, and we're becoming a big family. And volunteer for the 14 years event we will do in Malaika in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
We put the link as well too, right at the bottom, so people can see it. I guess, Julian, is there anything else you want to say before we let Miss Noella go?
No, I'm just impressed and very hopeful for the future, because I truly believe that we mentioned earlier, that we do have all these natural resources, we do have the knowledge, we do have what it takes to create the best for the future generation. So I'm very hopeful, and I'm very excited about what's coming.
And when I see you and seeing this generation and the interest you have and want to go back, that gives me hope, because I think if we all work together, that's where the change is happening, and the change is already happening.
Absolutely.
I guess the last thing was, he said he'll volunteer for the 14 years in LA. Noble.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know him, Nobles?
Oh yeah, of course.
He's great. He's great. He's great.
Great interviewer, by the way. Great
interviewer. We need to create a host committee. It's not, you need to have maybe 5 people or 6 people. One will find the venue, one will look for the food, one for the drink, one for the music, and then
you can do a comedy show right there.
And that's it.
Patrick, more work. We're gonna do this, Miss Noella. We'll be in contact. We're gonna do this.
Perfect. No quarantine.
Yes, of course, bearing quarantine. We want to say thank you. We're very humbled for taking time out of your busy schedule. We really appreciate this. You have no idea. We're huge fans. We respect your work. It's very encouraging. We hope you have brothers in LA that are, when we go to Congo after quarantine, we're gonna, like I told Sarah, we're gonna do this presentation, do this improv show for the girls at Malaika. And you can follow us at Bantu Boyz on Instagram, YouTube. Thank you everybody for all the comments, for everybody for watching. Like I said, Miss Noella, we will tag you when we make clips and post it on Instagram or whatnot.
And put the Instagram of Malaika DRC too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
yes, for sure.
Yeah. And
you can put Noella too, but Malaika is really what we're doing.
Okay. And Julian, plug your social media.
So right there, Julian Chikuna is on right here. You can follow me there or at the Bantu Boyz, which is very simple and easy.
And Patrick, where can we follow you?
Congolese.YouTubers or African YouTubers, both on Instagram.
Yeah, and you can follow me, Blake Oziza Jr., or really follow the Bantu Boyz. You can follow my other podcast, What's the Hook Podcast. And thank you so much. And Miss Noella, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you guys, and see you soon in LA or in California, and looking forward to see all the footage.
Okay.
On reste en contact.
Il n'y a pas de problème. Hein? Merci. À bientôt.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I will link.